Hi guys, welcome to Pratham Test Prep. We are back with day 2 analysis of NPAT 2020. The exam was conducted on 27th of June and the paper was almost similar to day 1. Many students still faced issues while starting the examination, but kahin na kahin ultimately they were able to complete it. There was no issue jahan pe koi student ka lag reh gaya ya koi student ki complete nahi ho paya. So the question here is, how was the paper? Paper kaisa raha? So overall, if we talk about difficulty level, the difficulty level was moderate to difficult. We can say the paper was moderate to difficulty ke beech mein. And what should be an ideal attempt? Here, an ideal attempt should be again similar to what we discussed in day 1's analysis. Then ideal attempt should be 100 plus. Agar aapne 100 plus score kiya hai, then it means you are on the safer side. Just to let you know, NPAT ने इस साल section switching में restriction लगा दिया है. That means you cannot switch between these sections. So if you want to switch, आपको पहले पहला section submit करना होगा. Then only you can switch to some other section. So this was recently announced by Narsimhan. So if we talk about logical reasoning section was no surprise, again easy. As compared to day 1, again, agar main बोलूं तो similar to day 1, it was easy. And an ideal attempt in logical reasoning section should be 35 and plus. Right, 35 above agar aapne attempt kiya hai, score kiya hai, that means there's a good score to go with. Now, the shocking part here was that the questions were not exactly, but almost 99% similar to what was asked on day 1. That means even the types of questions, the topics, the pattern in which the question was asked, all things was almost similar. All these things were similar. जो changes हुए थे, that was in the value, या फिर कुछ names change कर दिए, या कुछ language change कर दिया, but pattern was totally same. So when I say totally same, that means yes, अगर syllogism में पहले questions पूछे गए थे, तो आज भी syllogism के question. They asked eligibility test questions, 5 questions on eligibility test on day 1. They also asked eligibility test 5 questions on day 2. And the shocking part here is that day 1 में उन्होंने कुछ SC candidate लिख दिया, तो day 2 में उन्होंने ST candidate लिख दिया. उन्होंने पहले 60% दिया है, तो now they have given 50% or 53%. So almost similar था paper, उसमें कुछ नया नहीं था. So we can say that overall the difficulty level of LR section was again easy. LR section जो है वो easy था, and an ideal attempt here would be again 35 plus. अगर आपने, and many of the students have scored 35 above, so this is a good score to go with. हाँ, so challenging क्या था? It was a bit lengthy. Lengthy किसकी वजह से था? Lengthy was because of data interpretation questions, and data interpretation was the dominant topic in the entire subject of LR. ज़्यादातर questions, around 15-17 questions from data interpretation. Data interpretation में we had pie charts, we had tables, हमारे mixed questions भी थे. So overall question was a bit lengthy, calculative थे, but ऐसा कोई concept नहीं था that you cannot solve. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि जिसमें बहुत mind की ज़रूरत है. It was easily doable, and many of the students have said that they were able to crack it. So data interpretation was scoring, but yeah, it was a bit lengthy. Then another topic, syllogism, similar to day 1, syllogism भी पूछा गया था, syllogism के भी कुछ questions थे, and it was based on 2 statements or 3 statements, 2 statement and then conclusion, 3 statements and then conclusion. Easily doable, to the point question. Then there were a few questions from linear arrangement. Again, complex arrangement was a miss because day 1 में भी similarly बताया गया था, there was no complex arrangement. Day 2 maybe there was a linear arrangement, no complex arrangement. And it was easy. Anybody with a basic knowledge of linear arrangement could have done it. There were questions from data sufficiency. Again, data sufficiency में questions जो थे, that was from both QA and logical reasoning. Logical reasoning के अंदर they had blood relation questions, they had linear arrangement questions. ये सारे simple जो questions होते हैं, वो सारे data sufficiency के अंदर थे. Then there were questions from critical reasoning as well, and exactly similar पैटर्न पे था. दैट मींस वहां पे डे 1 में भी assumption पूछा गया था, डे 2 पे भी assumption का ही एक क्वेश्चन था. There is a statement, there are 2 assumptions, you have to identify which one is implicit. Similarly, एक और क्वेश्चन था argument का, critical reasoning से argument, that means a statement was given and you have to identify the argument. So this critical reasoning was also the part of this examination on day 2. Then there were some questions from विजुअल रीजनिंग में अगेन आपको नेक्स्ट टर्म इन द सीरीज वाज गिवन, आपको बताना था कि कौन सा ऐसा है जो नेक्स्ट टर्म होगा। अगेन इजिली डूएबल। एक नया जो एडिशन हुआ था, एक नया जो टॉपिक यहाँ पे ऐड हुआ था, दैट वाज ऑफ क्यूब। एक क्यूब से रिलेटेड एक क्वेश्चन आया था, वेयरइन यू हैड टू आइडेंटिफाई कि कौन सा क्यूब के फेस में कौन सा ऑपोजिट होता है। दैट मींस दे गिव यू सम ऑप्शंस, ऑप्शन ए बी सी डी ऐसे ऑप्शंस दे रखे थे, एंड यू हैड टू आइडेंटिफाई कौन सा क्यूब है जो ऑपोजिट है, कौन सा क्यूब है जो ऑड है। बट इजिली डूएबल, बेसिक नॉलेज की बात थी, आप आराम से इसको चेक कर सकते थे। Then there were questions from eligibility test. As we said, it was there in their mocks as well. Eligibility test के ऊपर जो questions थे, we had seen this in their mock, and NPAT का जो mock था इन्होंने जो conduct कराया था, this was there on day 1 and day 2 as well. And best part is almost similar. कुछ नया change ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ था, almost similar. कहीं पे SC candidate को उन्होंने ST candidate बना दिया था, day 1 में अगर SC candidate है फिर day 2 पे ST। वहां पे अगर 60% चाहिए इंटरव्यू के लिए तो यहाँ पे इन्होंने 50% कर दिया, बट पैटर्न वाज ऑलमोस्ट सेम, राइट। सो अगेन बहुत अच्छी बात है ये, डे 3 कैंडिडेट्स के लिए भी बहुत अच्छी लर्निंग है कि जो पेपर वैसा बन रहा था वैसे ही कुछ वैसा बनेगा। सो एलिजिबिलिटी टेस्ट के भी 5 क्वेश्चंस थे व्हिच वर डायरेक्टली टू द पॉइंट, इजीली डूएबल थे। ऐसा कुछ नहीं था कि इसमें आपको बहुत ही अलग लेवल के नॉलेज की जरूरत थी, यू कुड हैव इजीली डन इट। एंड देन देयर वर क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम इनइक्वालिटीज सिमिलर टू व्हाट वी सॉ ऑन डे 1। इनइक्वालिटीज के भी क्वेश्चन थे बट दे वर नॉट डायरेक्टली टू द पॉइंट। फर्स्ट आपको इंस्ट्रक्शंस दे रखा था, इंस्ट्रक्शंस के बेसिस पे यू हैड टू चेंज द सिंबल्स। सो इनइक्वालिटीज वाज अ बिट लेंथी क्वेश्चन बट इजीली डूएबल, बहुत ही सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट है इनइक्वालिटीज का। Then there was a question from Venn diagram. Venn diagram में there was a question wherein they gave you 5 shapes. इस तरीके से shapes दे रखा होगा कुछ, इसका कुछ और था, इसका कुछ और term दे रखा था, इसको कुछ और name दे रखा था, and then they were asking you to identify which shape is identifying what or which number is identifying what. वो जो मुझे बताया है students ने, they said कि कुछ सा footballer और ऐसे करके identify करना था. So this was another easy topic, another easy question. Okay. Then family tree, of course, family tree से भी related questions थे, blood relations से related questions थे, which were easily doable, बहुत ही simple थे questions. So overall, अगर हम बात करें कि क्या रहा, तो there was no change at all. कुछ वैसा change नहीं हुआ था as compared to day 1. Easily with a basic knowledge of logical reasoning, with a basic practice of non-logical reasoning, आप आराम से 35 and above score कर सकते थे. And what should be the time that you would have taken to solve these 35 questions? I would say आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 30 to 35 minutes में इस questions को solve कर सकते थे. Knowing the fact that you are a serious student and you've already analyzed day 1, अगर आपने day 1 को analyze किया था तो ये day 2 आपके लिए तो कुछ shocking होना ही नहीं चाहिए था. आपको पता होना चाहिए था कि यार this was the question that was asked on day 1 and this is similar to what was asked on day 1. So that's all for day 2 analysis of logical reasoning, guys. It was very easy and I am sure कि आगे जो भी day 3 वगैरह भी होगा, logical reasoning is going to be very easy. So let's see QA और VA का क्या हाल है.
Good evening, everyone. This is Ashish Garg from Pratham Test Prep, and Narsi Munji Mumbai has conducted their second day successfully, and the exam was done seamlessly. The students who have appeared for the paper again told that the entire paper was kind of moderate in terms of difficulty level. So I will be discussing about the verbal ability section, and this particular section was again like yesterday. It was easy for most of the students because the type of questions that were asked in this particular section were almost direct, and that's what the beauty of Narsi Munji exam is, because in the pattern they already tell that what kind of questions will be asked. So they tell you the number of passages, they'll tell you the number of questions that will be asked, and what type of questions will be asked, they also tell you in the pattern. So if a student has paid attention to the pattern, if he has paid a little bit of attention to how to make a strategy to appear Narsi Munji, then I believe that this particular exam will be very, very easy for that student. Uh, so today, the questions were based on fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks, the level was very easy, right? They asked you questions on prepositions, conjunctions, correct tense form, and there were some questions which were vocabulary based. Though vocabulary was not asked in questions, but it was asked through fill in the blanks, it was asked through questions were there in reading comprehension, which were there, and students were supposed to answer that. So the prepositions like the usage of for and since, then the usage of despite and in spite, that was asked as told by the students who appeared for the exam today. Then the conjunctions, the questions were based on conjunction, the usage of tense, the correct usage. So overall, questions based on fill in the blanks were very easy and they were doable. I think there were around 4-5 questions, or in fact, more questions which were based on fill in the blanks, as there were less questions asked on vocabulary. Then sentence correction questions were there, which were based on grammar, right? The level was moderate. So if the student was well versed with all the rules that were taught to the student in the grammar classes, like the student rules based on tenses, subject verb agreement, parallelism, missing pronouns, if the student has revised all these rules, then these questions were very easy. The questions were asked, like the sentence was given to them, part of the sentences were underlined, and the student was supposed to tell that which part of the sentence had an error. So that were the questions which were based on sentence correction. Again, doable questions, and the student just need to pay attention to the rules. So all the students who will be taking the the exams tomorrow or any other exam that they are targeting, please pay attention to these rules, because if the rules are on your fingertips, then the question becomes easy based on sentence correction. Then idioms and phrases. These questions were asked. The questions were based on the idiom, the usage. There were no standalone questions. The idioms and phrases were given as a part of a sentence, and then the student was supposed to tell the meaning of the idioms and phrases based on the usage. Two questions which were told to me by the students based on their memory was, one was break bad, and the second one was bent over backwards. So both these idiom and the phrase was given in the sentence form, and the students were supposed to tell the answer. Reading comprehension, again, like yesterday, many students were telling that reading comprehension was lengthy, but the good part was that this passage was easy, right? And there were two passages which were easy and had direct question. One passage was slightly tricky. I wouldn't say it was difficult, but it was tricky, and it had question based on inference-based question, and there were some questions for which you need to read the passage again and again. One thing also that, as I told you earlier also, vocabulary questions were not asked separately, but vocabulary questions were asked directly in the comprehension, right? And also in fill in the blanks. So that part was also there as part of reading comprehension. The passages were based, one was on Chinese economy, the other one was a theme based on capitalism, and the third one was sharing economy on online platforms. So this was told to me by the students who appeared for the exam today. Again, for reading comprehension, I want to tell you that if you feel that this part is not your forte, then consider these questions as standalone questions. take them question by question. This will definitely help you and also help you increase your speed. For further exams which are coming up, make sure that reading comprehension is one thing that you take question on question, right? So that will really take your confidence a notch higher, right? Then parajumbles were there. There were around 4-5 questions on parajumbles, which were easy to moderate. Again, if the student has practiced a lot, then this particular section was not at all difficult, right? One should score 100% marks in parajumbles because they were easy, right? Little bit of articulate thinking, and these questions were doable. So the overall analysis of the English section for Narsi Munji on day 2, 3 passages, again lengthy, moderate to difficult, tone questions, inference-based questions, vocabulary-based questions was asked in this particular through the passages. Parajumbles were easy, again doable. Idioms were easy to moderate. Phrasal verbs or phrases were asked. So I believe that tomorrow for the 3rd session, it will be a kind of a mixture of idioms and phrasal verbs or phrases. So pay attention to that. And grammar again was easy. If the student has revised the rules, so please make sure that you revise all the rules and you appear for these sentence correction questions with confidence, right? So this was an overall analysis of day 2, right? I wish you all the very best on behalf of Pratham Test Prep for day 3. And I hope that just like day 1 and day 2, Narsi Munji will be able to pull off day 3 with aplomb and with seamless experience, right? Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. So now let us start the NPAT day 2 analysis of the QA section. जो हमें डेटा जो मालूम चला है, जो बच्चों से बात करके जो हमने डेटा गैदर किया है, अकॉर्डिंग टू दोज डेटा अगर हम उस डेटा को एनालाइज करें, देयर आर सर्टेन पॉइंट्स, देयर आर सर्टेन कंक्लूजन व्हिच वी कैन ड्रॉ. सो अगर हम पहले कंक्लूजन की बात करें तो आपको NPAT में सेकंड डे में भी हायर मैथ से सिर्फ फंक्शन एंड सेट्स पूछा गया है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम फंक्शंस एंड सेट्स उन्होंने कोई भी और टॉपिक नहीं लिया है हायर मैथ से, राइट? नाउ कमिंग ऑन द बेसिक मैथ्स के मैक्सिमम क्वेश्चन थे, उसमें 6 से 7 क्वेश्चन उन्होंने स्टैट्स के पूछे हैं. स्टैटिस्टिक्स हैवी पेपर था वो, 6 से 7 क्वेश्चन. एंड द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज more or less all those 6 and 7 questions were based on the paper, on their sample paper. जो sample paper उन्होंने रिलीज किया उसी के अकॉर्डिंग, उसी के पैटर्न वाइज उन्होंने क्वेश्चन पूछा है. तो अगर किसी बच्चे ने वो सैंपल पेपर अच्छे से सॉल्व किया होगा, जो उन्होंने 2 सैंपल पेपर अपने वेबसाइट पे डाले थे, उस बच्चे को ये 6 से 7 क्वेश्चन करने में प्रॉब्लम नहीं आया होगा, राइट? नाउ अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस स्टैट्स उन्होंने जो क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं उसमें फंक्शन से 4 से 5 क्वेश्चन उन्होंने पूछा है, ट्रिग्नोमेट्री से 3 से 4 क्वेश्चन उन्होंने पूछा है, 3 से 4 क्वेश्चन उन्होंने परसेंटेज प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस से पूछा है. फंक्शन से जो क्वेश्चन उन्होंने पूछे थे, मैक्सिमम क्वेश्चंस वर लाइक आप एफओजी निकालिए, उसका इनवर्स निकालिए, मतलब फंक्शन के इनवर्स का पे ज्यादा क्वेश्चन था. ट्रिग्नोमेट्री में उन्होंने इक्वेशंस वाले क्वेश्चन पूछे, राइट? कोई एक इक्वेशन दे दिया, आपसे पूछा गया कि ये जो इक्वेशन है ये पूरा ये किसके इक्वल है. नाउ आपके पास 4 ऑप्शन था, यू हैव टू सेलेक्ट दोज ऑप्शंस कि यहाँ कौन सा करेक्ट है. तो ऐसे वाले क्वेश्चन उन्होंने ट्रिग्नोमेट्री से पूछे हैं. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस परसेंटेज से उन्होंने एक्सपेंडिचर वाला क्वेश्चन पूछा है कि अगर एक्सपेंडिचर आपका कांस्टेंट रखना है, रेट बढ़ गया, प्राइस आपका आपने इंक्रीज किया है, आपको क्वांटिटी डिक्रीज करना है, तो कितना परसेंटेज चेंज आएगा. इस पैटर्न के क्वेश्चन उन्होंने परसेंटेज से पूछे. सिमिलरली प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस के भी उनके इजी क्वेश्चन थे, बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट साइड में नहीं था प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस का क्वेश्चन. अपार्ट फ्रॉम परसेंटेज प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस जो उन्होंने क्वेश्चन अगला पूछा है, 2 से 3 क्वेश्चन उन्होंने अर्थमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन एंड ज्योमेट्रिक प्रोग्रेशन पे पूछा है, जो बहुत ज्यादा टफ तो नहीं था, इजी लेवल पे ही था, बट इजी टू मॉडरेट हम लोग कहेंगे उसको. 1 to 2 क्वेश्चन उन्होंने टाइम स्पीड डिस्टेंस से पूछा है और 1 से 2 क्वेश्चन उन्होंने टाइमर वर्क टॉपिक से पूछा है. तो सिमिलरली जैसा उन्होंने डे 1 शिफ्ट वाले में, फर्स्ट शिफ्ट में उन्होंने जो क्वेश्चन डाला था टीएसडी और टाइम एंड वर्क का, उन्होंने बहुत कम वेटेज रखा था। सिमिलरली उन्होंने डे 2 में भी इनके बहुत ही कम वेटेज रखे हैं, टाइम स्पीड डिस्टेंस एंड टाइम एंड वर्क टॉपिक से। सिर्फ 1 से 2 क्वेश्चन ही आ रहा है, राइट। नाउ क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशंस उन्होंने 1 से 2 क्वेश्चन पूछे हैं। मेनली क्वेश्चंस वर बेस्ड ऑन प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ रूट्स, रूट्स के प्रॉपर्टीज पे बेस्ड था क्वेश्चन। उन्होंने मिक्सचर एलिगेशन से 1 से 2 क्वेश्चन पूछा है, जो थोड़ा सा मीडियम लेवल का क्वेश्चन था, मॉडरेट लेवल का क्वेश्चन था। 3 से 4 क्वेश्चन उन्होंने नंबर सिस्टम से पूछे हैं, जैसा कि डे 1 में भी उन्होंने नंबर सिस्टम से 6 से 7 क्वेश्चन पूछे थे। कल के पेपर में यानी सेकंड डे के पेपर में भी उन्होंने 3 से 4 क्वेश्चन उन्होंने नंबर सिस्टम से पूछे, एंड दोस क्वेश्चन वर मेनली बेस्ड ऑन फ्रैक्शन। आपको फ्रैक्शन के क्वेश्चन पूछे गए थे, आपको इक्वेशन दिया हुआ था, आपको इक्वेशन को सॉल्व करना था, सॉल्व करके उसकी वैल्यू बतानी थी, राइट। तो थोड़ा सा कैलकुलेटिव था, बट बहुत ज्यादा ट्रिकी नहीं था। नाउ इस एग्जाम का जो मेन कंक्लूजन अगर हम ड्रॉ करें पूरे पेपर का, तो जिस बच्चे ने टाइम को अच्छे से मैनेज किया वो बच्चा इस पेपर को अच्छे से कर पाया होगा, एटलीस्ट क्यूए सेक्शन वो अच्छे से कर पाया होगा, जब अगर वो टाइम मैनेज कर पाया होगा अच्छे से तब। क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम ये थी कि क्यूए आपके लास्ट में था, बच्चों ने बहुत सारा टाइम एलआर एंड बीए में लगाया, लास्ट में उनके जो 40 क्वेश्चन थे उसमें से कैलकुलेटिव क्वेश्चन बहुत ज्यादा थे, तो बच्चे लास्ट में थोड़ा सा इसको टाइम मैनेज करने में थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम हुई बच्चों को। तो टाइम मैनेजमेंट अकॉर्डिंग टू अस वाज द मेन की। जिस बच्चे ने टाइम अच्छे से मैनेज किया वो इस क्यूए सेक्शन को एक्सेल करेगा होगा। नाउ कमिंग ऑन द लेवल ऑफ द पेपर, क्योंकि ये कैलकुलेटिव बहुत ज्यादा पेपर था, लेंदी क्वेश्चंस थे, तो मॉडरेट टू डिफिकल्ट लेवल का कहा जाएगा क्यूए सेक्शन। आइडियल अटेम्प्ट शुड बी अराउंड 25 to 30। अगर किसी ने 25 to 30 अटेम्प्ट किया है इसमें, सो मतलब उनका बहुत ही अच्छा होने वाला है एटलीस्ट क्यूए सेक्शन। तो आइडियल अटेम्प्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू अस विल बी 25 to 30। So the next thing is more important thing you have to know, the candidate which have to give paper on the third day, आपको सैंपल पेपर अच्छे से सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा। उनके वेबसाइट पे जो सैंपल पेपर है आप उनको अच्छे से सॉल्व करिए, बिकॉज मोर और लेस क्वेश्चन उसी पैटर्न पे वो पूछे जा रहे हैं, ठीक है। तो अगर आप वो पेपर अच्छे से सॉल्व करते हैं तो आपको बहुत ही हेल्प मिलेगा आपको एक्चुअल एग्जाम में। ओके, सो बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर टू द कैंडिडेट्स। Thanks a lot for watching this video. Thank you.